This is a certified hood classic.
Maybach music.
Keep fucking my wife's mouth!
I'm going to, okay?
Anyway, we're gonna play Pikmin today. I didn't really have much to play beforehand. I have been mildly busy today, so if I'm slightly busy this stream, please forgive me. Anyway, let's begin, just because I want to hop into it, because the opening of Pikmin 2 is actually pretty slow. Not that it's bad, because the game certainly does pick up speed very, very, very fast compared to Pikmin 1. I mean, I guess you could argue Pikmin 1 kind of stays at more or less the same level the whole time, but Pikmin 2 definitely ups the ante. Like, this game gets really difficult, so I don't know, like, how it's gonna play out using a Wiimote, especially since I know some of the bosses. Now, what's nice is that a lot of bosses can be easily beaten if you farm out things like the Ultra Bitter and the Ultra Spicy sprays, so that could maybe help out a lot if you were to do that, if you want to sacrifice a couple days to just farm that out. So that's one powerful thing. Let me scroll back a little bit. Okay. Anyway, to start, nothing is really available. We could just begin the game. I imagine that they still let you rewind days, which is something they did not let you do before. So that'll be kind of cool. Yeah, it's only employee of any merit, Captain Alamar, gets bonked by an asteroid. Actually, in this game you could see that that's Africa. Huh. I never noticed that before. Don't worry, don't take the canonicity of how the planet looks too seriously. They change it again in Pikmin 3. And Pikmin 3 doesn't take place too much longer after Pikmin 1. I can tell you that much. Captain Olimar, our protagonist. I kind of hate that he jobbed so hard in Pikmin 3. That's really unfortunate. Like I was just in the middle of nowhere. I like that Pikmin 3 expanded the lore. Hokatations eat vegetables like exclusively, and on Kopai they eat fruit the whole time. This game isn't very heavy on cutscenes, by the way. This is kind of actually rare. Yep, we're done. Louis is legit a villain, man. So basically, they're setting the plot for this game, which is very straightforward. You have to repay the entire loan debt of 10,000 Pokos. And also, he offers up Alamar's ship, by the way, which is excellent. The SS Dolphin, of course, being a reference to the GameCube, which is pretty sweet. No! Not unemployment. Does the Wiimote have rumble? Am I gonna have to pick this up in a second? Yeah, let me put this on my lap, because it's gonna rumble probably. Money, money, money! This was like a mid-era GameCube game. This was towards the later end of the mid-era, I would say. But this is not an official recognition. There you go. See, I'm assuming they must deal in fractions of Pokos, right? Because I don't know how long a Hokatation year is, but, you know. They probably changed all the sound effects again, didn't they? So we go back to PNF 404. Goes away in Pikmin 3, which is kind of weird. this game, much like Assassin's Creed 2, is that you get 2 commanders, which is pretty awesome because that allows you to do multiple things at once. Not as amazing as you would think, though. Pikmin 3 definitely improved on that one aspect amazingly. So, like Pikmin 1, the first day is free. You can't mess it up at all. I don't know if Pikmin can die fighting the bulb orb. I think maybe they can. Apparently this day has a fail-safe ending where if all the Pikmin die to the bulb orb, or if you're unable to recover the battery, the day just ends. Louis just comes back to the ship somehow. I've never seen it. I think it's possible. Wait a moment, look. This bulb orb is kind of like trash, though. So what Pikmin will do in this game is they'll actually jump onto stuff on their own. Alright, there you go. B is whistle. Let me make sure I'm far enough away from my... There you go. It's the only thing about the Wiimote is you can't press a button to, like, reset it on the screen. So you have to hold a weird position the whole time. Alright, give them instructions. Hold A to grab and throw it. There you go, crushed them. So, believe it or not, there's not really anything that Olimar can do to begin. What we can do is, as Louis, we have to grow the rest of the Pikmin that we need to grow. So, I might make a backup save like usual, because usually you want to skip day 1. Sorry, what button? Minus, there you go. Usually you want to skip day 1 because day 1's just a tutorial, like you're not going to learn anything. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty straightforward, right? You at all injured? Okay, good. You lying piece of shit. What was minus in the last game? I don't even remember. Oh god. Can I get a good position, please? I hate the Wiimote sometimes. Oh, the batteries are dying. Maybe I should change them now while I'm ahead, because I'm going to have to change them in a few seconds anyway. Let me do that. Okay, should disconnect. Yep. Are these batteries any good? I got some double A's over here. Shit. Come on, go in. Thank you. Let's see. Is this good? These are also dead. Nope, there we go. Okay, I was about to say, these are also dead batteries. What the fuck? Anyway. This is like an okay position, I think. Kinda. Okay, this is fine. This is about as good as it's gonna get, so whatever. That's the one thing I would say is, like, this would be, like, my default position, like, right here. So it's a little bit off. There's not really anything I can do about it. Anyway. Like usual, there's no time limit on day 1. We can punch this, it doesn't really matter. Now, despite there being 5 Pikmin already in the field, they give you a free sprout here. Just because the game is being very nice. So you actually get 6 Pikmin to begin. That's why I really wish this game would get like some kind of remaster or port, man. This would be such a good game to get. Here you go. You get a nice parody of the original game. Because we also have to rediscover all the Pikmin types. You can press down to issue objectives and direct their movement. You can disband with C. Okay. Yeah, they hint at the secret ending. Now, I won't spoil the secret ending too hard. Don't worry. But I'm assuming that most people probably will have played this or whatever. I mean, playing this at this point is almost impossible, to be honest with you. So good luck if you want to play this game. You don't have a Wii U, and you don't have original hardware, you're just screwed. That's going to be impossible. It's like a whole library of games that just won't exist in the near future. As you can see, this is why I skipped day 1. As cool as day 1 is, it's a hard tutorial. Oops. See, that is stuff being weird. Alright, Pikmin 2 does not suffer from bad AI like Pikmin 1 does as much. So in Pikmin 2, you can do a lot of stuff with Pikmin. They're actually genuinely smart. So like as you can see there, you can call your Pikmin to come back very fast after they finish a task. They don't have to mandatorily like sit around and do nothing, which is one thing that is definitely an improvement. Also, Pikmin sprouts basically grow immediately in this game. There's no wait time really. So it's like maybe 1 or 2 seconds after hitting the ground, they basically immediately crop up, unlike Pikmin 1, where it took like what? 8 seconds maybe, something like that. 5, 8 seconds. I don't know. I haven't measured it. You know what I mean? Alright. Also, as a group. Hey, look, it's the product placement. Everyone loves this. It's the product placement. You see it, move the camera Z, up and down, changes angles. Okay, give me back my control, please. Alright, and in order to finish this day, we have to deflate the bag. They give you 1 extra, which I guess is kind of nice. Okay, hold on. Let me do this really quickly. I need to get out of my... make Opera crash. I would like Opera to not crash. Sweet. Okay. One of messages. Okay, Discord. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I'll deal with that later. Alright, you can get through anything. B forms a single group, C takes solo action, and minus changes leaders. Now, because you have 2 leaders in this game as opposed to... There we go. As opposed to 1. Each leader's identical in this game. There's nothing like saying, oh, Olimar is whatever. I just usually prefer to play as Olimar because I think he's cool. There is no difference between any of the commanders in this game. They're all exactly unique and exactly the same. So C will separate commanders. There's no extra button for that. That's just how it is. So this day, very straightforward. Olimar's reticule is different. Was this always the case? Maybe. But anyway, this day in particular, we just have to wait for them to finish. Unlike the first game, you cannot repair your commander suit. If your commander gets downed in the day, you just have to play the rest of the day with only 1 commander. That's how the game is. Okay. Just dragging this. You actually have to kill the Bulborb. I guess you can lose Pikmin to it. I don't know. I've never seen it. I'm sure it happened to somebody. It didn't happen to me. Like, your basic knowledge of Pikmin 1 will get you kind of far in this game. Because you get exactly 20 Pikmin. So if you lose any Pikmin, I guess you're screwed. Also, your spare commander, if he's under your control, will pluck, like, I think every 1 sprout for every 2 you pluck. So it's kind of efficient. It's really nice. Alright, there you go. That's literally all day 1 is. Getting the product placement back to the ship, because I think this requires like 25 or 30 Pikmin, so you actually can't do that today. The only way this game could be better is if you could command the commanders to move around on their own. That would be like the single one thing they could add to this game to make it actually perfect. Because there's a lot of new monsters and a lot of other stuff in this game that I think are really cool additions to it. As a result, though, the difficulty skyrockets. You might be able to get flowers in this. Maybe not, though. I feel like you just have to let this play out. There's not really anything faster that you can do. So everything you find basically reduces your poker value back down. So that's kind of nice. And you could get to 10,000 without picking up a ton of treasures. You can get to it by just turning in creatures piece by piece. That takes a long time. There is a video by a guy named Gingivitis, not literally the oral condition, but something like that, where he did something very similar to that. He did like a no treasure run, I think. And that took him, I think, a really long time. That's obviously not how you were intended to play the game. It's supposed to be mostly treasures. Like, I'd say, like, at least 90 to maybe 95% of the value is going to be paid off using treasures. And, like, the remaining 5% could be, like, bombs. That's what they intend to do. So, also, unlike Pikmin 1, there is no time limit. I know I'm giving a very broad recap of the game, but it's just in case anyone watches this who's never seen Pikmin 2, because it is kind of a boomer game at this point. This game came out 18 years ago? Something. It's gonna be, it's like definitely 17 or 18 years ago. Oh, oops, I pressed B, sorry. So this game is old as fuck. I played this in 4th grade. Oh, man. Okay, well, obviously we have to do the Valley of Repose. Progress in this game is not dictated by the number of treasure you get or how much you pay off. It's dictated by finding certain pieces and certain things. So yeah. I think the amount that you could get today is also capped. Oh shit, I should go back. I should have made an autosave. Maybe I'll do that real quick. Menu? Wait, how do you escape? Oh, crap. Did they maybe add the ability to rewind in this game? Maybe they didn't because this game has no time limit. So you could really, like, suck in this game, and you're not punished, like, super heavily like you would be in Pikmin 1. In Pikmin 1, like, a Pikmin extinction is, like, one of the worst things that could happen to you, genuinely. Needless to say. Okay, there we go. It'll take a while, but there's only one thing to do on this day. So maybe I'll make my save after this. I'll back out to the title screen, and then I'll come back. You absolutely need all these Pikmin. What the hell is with this flight? We can have Pikmin carry stuff. That's fine. I don't think there's anything else to do, right? I think Louie's, like, pit where he lands is empty forever, so there's nothing to do here. Like, it's very straightforward in that regard. So, like I said, the only thing you can't do is you cannot command commanders to move by themselves. That might be the most tragic part about playing Pikmin 2. That one change would improve both the original and especially this game so much. It would be insane, honestly. Oh, no. I actually want that to sprout. I think that's as much as you can get. I think you get something like maybe 50 or some Pikmins before you go into the first hole. I want to see if I can kill the Bulborb coming up without, actually, okay, there's a cheesy way to do it. I might do that because it's actually safer to do it the way I might try to do it. So let's do that first. Oh, sweet, that's actually perfect timing. You get 42, and then you get this. I think you get, what, 49? I still think a stick was better for this, but what can you do, right? Like, so if you see me taking my time in this day in particular, that's because there's literally only one piece that you need to get. There's, I think, one or two other pieces you can pick up, and you should, because they're literally in your way. Okay, never mind. They don't do bonus Pikmin in this game, I guess. In Pikmin 1, they give you bonus Pikmin based on what the face value is on a pellet. Not in this game. In this game, I guess they just give you the flat amount. That's it. Murder. Alright. It's important to loot this stuff before we do anything else, because, you don't pick that up. Let's see. What is the drag path for this? Is it right through the center? Can you pick this up and be fine? I think you can. Also, as you can hear, they changed some of the music. When you're carrying something now, the game changes a little bit of a tune. And Louis actually has slightly different timing on his music. It's noticeable on some themes compared to others. Olimar is a more straightforward theme. Louis, I guess, sounds a little bit lazier, you know? But there's definitely like some syncopation and stuff going on. Alright, so we'll collect this. I forget, if you enter a sub-level, does it group both parties together? I have no idea. I actually should test that now while I can safely mess around, honestly. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna take these guys, and we're gonna go into the sub-level. Oh no, we need to beat down a bridge. Never mind, we can't do that. Yeah, you can hear it now. It's more like swing, you know. It's got more swing to it. It's more emphasis on every other beat compared to Olimar, which is just a very straightforward playing of the sound. Oh, the text is all messed up. The utter scrap. Okay, we have to take everyone together. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I think Leaf Pikmin are a little bit fast in this game compared to the first game. You can still move far enough away the game thinks you don't have any with you, but they're pretty nice about how they handle like Leaf Pikmin. So. Alright, now we just have to wait. You could have taken maybe some stuff over here, but I just didn't. Like I said, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the sub-level. We're not gonna collect the treasure that lets us progress the game. We're gonna actually get purple Pikmin, leave, come back, kill this Bulborb for free, and then we're gonna go back inside. Because when you're in a sub-level, time stops. There's no real reason for it. It's just because there's no other way to relate that. You know, they can't figure that out any other way. So time stops when you're in a sub-level, basically, is how it works out. Yeah, we're gonna compliment Pikmin for working together, which is nice. Here we go. A grab throws is basically a recap in case you missed it. Okay, there we go. This is basically the main mechanic of the game, is that you basically spend time above ground to build up your Pikmin forces, and then you go underground to fight like really tough bosses and you know, just do other stuff. And all the best and most expensive treasures in the game are in every sub-level, basically. This one is free. There's not really anything to get from this, but each sub-level, I think, gives you some item. So obviously, yeah, you kind of have to do them. And some of them get really, really long. Like they become very big. While underground, any monsters you collect basically go back to Hocotate as like supplies, basically. Or I guess like research purposes or something. I mean, imagine being able to dissect alien life forms, you know? Like, we're already on some XCOM level in this game. We just started. Also, the throwing is much faster and more responsive in this game. That's for sure. Throwing is very responsive in this game. Actually, the first time you bring back a specimen, the ship gets mad at you. He's like, what am I supposed to do with this thing? And he's like, I suppose it has some value. I guess I could do something with it. I love it. How can you possibly consider this beast a treasure? Beasts are incompatible. Let's see. I don't think beasts will be worth much. Yeah, so it's like 3 Pokemon or something. Did they give you the first one? Is the first one free? Like you don't get points for it? Actually, I have no idea. No, they give it to you. Yeah. So yeah, this is mostly how the game is played, pretty much. Sexual Slump. And what is this, the Thirst Quencher? It's 7-Up, by the way. I never liked 7-Up. I like Sierra Mist and Sprite better if I had to pick one. The Quenching Emblem, okay. So, if you hear that audio drop, that plays whenever you complete a sub-level, and there's no more treasure on it. Obviously, this sub-level is very straightforward. But in kind of a true fashion to Mystery Dungeon, later on, the game has some sub-levels that can be like one of a couple of different layouts, basically, for lack of a better way of putting it. They play final floor. This dungeon is actually unique. There is no boss on the final floor at all. There's not. Oh, shit! Let me get my stuff. There we go. There is no boss on the final floor. They just play it on every final floor if there is one. So here's the first half of the globe, which apparently has like some kind of data chip inside of it. Perhaps this can be used for something other than salvage. And they wink, hint you in, saying that even 100 red Pikmin cannot carry it. Sometimes that sound effect doesn't play. I don't think it's intentional. I just think the game overrides it with the ka-ching sound. I mean, I guess we should bring this stuff back, right? What? Oh my god. This is usually kind of a clusterfuck, but because you have such precise aiming, like you can just get away with throwing over and over. That is one advantage to the Wii aiming, is that you can like flat out just throw right on top easily. You're not like aiming and moving. Like I can aim while standing still, which is like a big deal. So we're gonna take these purple Pikmin. We're gonna go back up top. I want to try this. Because when you use purple Pikmin, they stun whatever they hit because they're heavier. And then it's kind of sad because then they didn't bring them back really for Pikmin 3, except in mission mode, which I don't count. So unlike the last game's flowers, you can only put so many into these. There you go. Now, at max, you can only have 100 purple Pikmin. The game does not let you go over that, to my knowledge. Okay, it must be an entirely new type. Wow. There we go. Actually, do you have to go back and get those Pikmin? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that all Pikmin escape with you when you leave a sub-level. Shouldn't we be getting a bunch? Yeah, okay, there we go. I have to do some stuff. Today's been a little nuts, honestly. Probably won't be a very long stream because of that. Okay, press A and you can leave. They don't always show this hole here, by the way. Basically, it takes you back to your landing site. Pretty sure every Pikmin comes with you, regardless of what you do. Okay. It doesn't say cave complete because we didn't complete the cave. So we return to the planet's surface. Excellent decision making. You gathered a large amount of data. I shall send a report back to... Wait, we don't end the day, do we? Okay, no, good. All right. I was scared for a second. All right, I want to try this. So when purple Pikmin land on an enemy, they stun it, I think, for a small amount of time. So if you just constantly throw purple Pikmin, you can actually stun lock most normal enemies into oblivion. And that's what I plan to do. I actively plan to do that. How do you swap when you're holding again? Is it B? Yeah, here we go. Also, there's no immunity given to enemies in this game. If an enemy hits 0, they will stop whatever they're doing and die, which is exactly how the game should work. Sadly, that's not how the game works. Sadly, that's usually not how this game works. Pikmin is a little rough sometimes around the edges in that regard. So you see, because oh wait, there's actually more stuff that sprouted? Okay, let me go grab some of it. Because I waited, there's actually more Pikmin that I can get. This is actually something that I would do from now on, is specifically wait, come back later, right? Like, let's see, are there any, anything else, or is it just that one? Okay, it's just that flower. You get a little bit extra Pikmin, I guess, in case you lost some. We're actually about to get a ton right now. And regardless, like, even though this day has a time limit, look at this whistle range. That's insane, honestly. Let's make sure they don't get caught in the wall. Okay. Yeah, see, look at this. They respawn a little bit. They don't always do this. I guess they do it for this area just in case. So you could go into day 2 with actually more Pikmin than I usually go. That's actually pretty sweet. This is stuff you just gotta mess around with sometimes when games are like... $76. Actually, no, we're gonna get more. We're gonna get like, what? Oh no, 76 is the max. I read that wrong. Alright. No, I don't think they give you more purple Pikmin. I'm pretty sure each dungeon can only give you so many purple Pikmin, because you can only find purple flowers inside of dungeons. So for right now, this is all you can get. It's actually more than you need, because now with this many Pikmin, you could carry a ton of weight. They alone are worth 100 Pikmin. So I kind of wish they just merged rock Pikmin and purple Pikmin together. Fucking killing me here, people. I don't think enemies respawn either. We don't need to kill these guys. I mean, it'll help us. Ah, fuck it. It's so easy. Just put Pikmin down range. See, he had to shake. That was it. He was dead. There's no counterplay. But in return, there's a lot of enemies in this game that will just flat out kick your ass. Like, they're not pushovers in this at all. That is one of the big trade-offs for this game specifically, is that, like, yeah, some enemies become easier because they don't gain random immunity, and that's on a ton of enemies in Pikmin 1. The Bulborbs get random immunity whenever they do their bite attack. The Shearwigs get random immunity. In this game, they don't get that, and Pikmin don't trip as much either. I think they only trip as part of an attack. or something, maybe? But we just get dudes that have laser cannons in this game, and they just shoot Pikmin and kill them instantly, so... Oh, wait, whoa, 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 whoa! They really do respawn these dudes. That's actually kind of funny. Wait, they do spawn more? Oh, yo, this is optimal strategy. What the fuck? I've been playing this game wrong for over a decade. You serious? Actually, I think, no, you actually need more than one. There you go. There you go. Now, most things that require purple Pikmin take a very long time to move. That's just how the game balances it. So you need a lot of purple Pikmin to move stuff like this, and you do. We could kind of snap. Okay, they didn't change the sound effects in this game. It makes me wonder why they changed the Bulborb sound effects in the first game. That's really weird. Yeah, they made this, like, childish squeal in the first game. Okay, yeah. Alright, the Spherical Atlas. There's a device resembling a microchip embedded in the sphere retrieving data. Error, I can only decode a portion of the data, but I did retrieve new geographical charts. I'm gonna put this data into my planetary database and name it the Sphere Chart. There's plus to contact me. Yeah, it's on the item screen. Alright, you should explore it tomorrow. And then beyond that, that's how you know the day is over. There's nothing else really to do. At least they don't make you press 1 and 2. 1 and 2 are just like on such a bad position on the Wiimote. It really is a... I kind of dislike this controller in general. It's good for some games though, so like I can't like totally shit on it because it's good for a lot of games and then like not good for others. That's gonna be unfortunate. Yeah, for enemies like this, we actually don't need a... There's 7. As you can see, like, Pikmin that land near stuff but can't do any work on it will automatically return back to your care, which is kind of nice. Okay. Obviously, we don't need to throw a purple into this. So we'll get more purple Pikmin. That's kind of interesting, actually. I've never done this before. Okay, I think they only gave me, what, 5 each? Less than normal. I think what, they gave me 10? No, that's the same. Okay. Bro, this is optimal strategy. How did I never know this? Actually gonna be able to use purple Pikmin, like reliably. All I have to do is run through this cave twice. That's a small price to pay for getting very ahead in the game, honestly. Pikmin stay leashed to you for, I think, almost the whole area in this game. I will say this, the whites of their eyes are kind of weird to see in, like, low frame rate. Or not low frame rate, but, like, low resolution. It is a little creepy. Man, it really sucks that this game didn't get a sequel for, like, 9 whole years at all. Literally disappeared from a console generation. Like, I know a lot of people like the Wii, but man, some of my favorite games just disappeared and did not come back, and it really makes me sad. And then a lot of things did come back and got more. It's unfortunate. Alright, cave complete. Okay, we can save. I think you can reload from the middle of a day as well. Oh, if you save and you can reset. Yeah, I guess they keep giving you pellet posies. So if you never finish that cave, I wonder how much you could farm out. Whatever, it's kind of unnecessary, but I really do wonder like how well you could do that. Okay, haste makes waste, so take all the time you need. Yeah, they're flat out cluing you in. This game you don't have to rush, you don't have to do anything. He tries to fight the ship. He should really get burned on the What the hell was that? That didn't sound right. You couldn't tell if that was my headset or if that was something else. Yeah, there you go. We have 20. We have 20 instead of 10. That's... I wonder if you could repeat it like maybe 2 or 3, maybe 3 times. You get like 30 purple Pikmin. Alright, here you go. There's nothing else to do in the Valley of Repose until you get blue Pikmin. So you just hold off. There's literally nothing to do. You can't actually go back. It's the same as it was in the first game. So the Awakening is actually the Forest of Hope just slightly changed, as you can see, which is kind of nice. The lake is now dried up in the, I don't know, like couple of days Olimar's been gone. Okay, he's telling you how to bring out purple Pikmin, which is nice. Okay, we'll take out everything. Now on this day, you could get enough to move to the next area. You have to work a little fast, which is a little bit, sometimes I'm a little slow, I guess. What? I forget what he says here. Please, all march in peculiarities. Pikmin form groups based on color. When disbanded, grabbing them also colored a group of color. Press A to hold a Pikmin. Press B to swap between different colors. This is the first. Yeah, I think there's a way to swap between leaf, flower, and bud in this game. Okay, there's only white sheer grubs over here. As you can see, when they get hit, they die. One thing about it is that in this game, sheer grubs actually don't have the number above their eyes, or when they're dead, they don't have a number. There's actually only one way to go. Like most areas in this game, there's only kind of one way to go, really, at the start. Okay, easy. Very easy, and one purple Pikmin alone can move them. Very nice. Actually grab this. I don't think you can throw a Pikmin far enough to wake up the creeping chrysanthemum over here, so I think you're fine. Just doing whatever. We're gonna end up with 100 Pikmin going into this first area, actually. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to kill the creeping chrysanthemum without losing any Pikmin, which is a little bit difficult. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, 100 Pikmin. Actually, I'm sorry, 95, because there's already 5 blue Pikmin in the background that you can't get to yet, and you have to wait until the end of the game. Not the end of the game, actually far from the end of the game. The end of this game is like a full-on challenge mode, because you can't actually even really complete the debt, you know, all the treasures available, without getting, the text is a little messed up. You can't actually, oh, there you go. This is easy, though. 10% is nothing. That's a start. Once you get to 50, then it's kind of like, okay, we're doing pretty well for ourselves. Alright, so there's, I guess what you could call... Oh, yeah, it's these things. Okay. So what we can do... I like to do this from time to time. Is that you send up a bunch of Pikmin to get these things, because they basically, like, wilt, or I don't know if it's rot. They basically disappear not soon after hitting the ground. So you need to pick them up really fast. And this is how you get Ultra Bitter Sprays. Basically, Ultra Bitter Sprays make Pikmin do, like, a lot of damage. Very fast. Like, it basically increases their agility. I think all Pikmin move at the same max speed. And they deal, I don't know if it's the same damage, but it's just a good way to deal a lot of damage. You basically spray an enemy with Ultra Bitter, and then you spray them down with Ultra Spicy, and then you just go to town. Or maybe you do it the other way around, I forget, it's been a long time. The reason why we'll leave Louie back over here is because we need to pick up these Pikmin before we go in. Damn, I missed it. Sucks. I almost had it. I forgot that you could get that now. So we'll just have one dose. Probably later on we'll farm some. Definitely for the post game. Oh, 2? Oh, that's a terrible button. I mean, nothing you could really do. It was down on the D-pad. Okay, never mind, I was wrong. They do use 2. There you go. You can actually fit as many Pikmin as you want onto Honey in this game, which is a huge buff. Turned into Flower Pikmin. Appear to have enhanced motor skills. Yes, very nice. Okay, so now we can beat this down. I think even at flower level, purple Pikmin only move as fast as leaf Pikmin. Like leaf red, leaf yellow, and leaf blue. And I'm pretty sure, like, leaf whites move as fast as flowered other types. Okay, we can also pluck the nectar over there, but I'm trying to get to both places today, so that's why. Now, can you just surround this thing? I forget how you kill this thing in particular. I'm pretty sure you just surround it. There you go. You can actually hear them in the background. Alright, I want to be able to do this, but this is kinda hard. Like most of the combat in this game. You have to bait out the creeping chrysanthemum. There you go. If he misses, he smacks himself in the face. I did it. I just had to remember how to do it. Okay, you're not supposed to only take those guys, though. So that was almost a mistake. I almost fucked up. Are there males here? Are there? Oh, no. Okay, there's none. Okay. I'm thinking of Pikmin 1. See, I just played Pikmin 1, so, like, in my head, I'm kind of like, oh, wow. Okay. Flame-resistant Pikmin. Yes, very... Totally have none of those. I think it takes everyone. Yeah. Oh, did I fuck up? It doesn't take the, it doesn't take Louie's Pikmin? Was I wrong? You need purples for this? Really? I thought it took both commanders' groups. Okay, I'm wrong about that then. Ooh, that sucks. I guess they go back to the onion? What do they do then? Okay, here's where we find males. Males function exactly as they did in the first game, except they don't have immunity to attacks, as usual. Luckily, we don't really need purple Pikmin in this place. So, as you can see, they're actually kind of wimpy in this game. They went from being horrifying to being, like, really easy to handle, basically. exit? Okay, that's fine. Is that it? I think there's only one treasure on here, it's the D-pad. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit rough. I might use the ultra spicy because I know it's coming up, so I don't want to lose any Pikmin. We're kind of on a good run so far. Don't worry, it's coming. I'm not gonna reset for the lost Pikmin unless they're purples or whites. I only reset for purples or whites because hunting down the flowers needed to get more is kind of work, and I don't want to do that. I'm sorry, where are the other two? What? Why is it 73 of 75? What? Oh. What the hell are they? Nah, I don't care enough for that. We're fine. Alright, so whenever you enter a sub-level, all Pikmin have to be under the leader's control. I thought it could be under either leader. No, the other leader shows up, but he doesn't bring his group with him. Okay. Let's see if we could do this then. I don't think there's anything like heavy or whatever. I think there's actually a purple flower in this dungeon as well. Alright, so these eggs have a chance of spawning like these shrimp things. It's usually not very common. It might be more common on other levels, but not this one, obviously, so we're good. And sometimes things will like drop from above, like you'll have weird stuff happen. Enemies can fall from the ceiling. There's a lot of crazy stuff that can happen in some of the sub-levels in this game. Is that it? Huh, is there really nothing here? I haven't read the strategy guide for this in years. I forget everything about this game. You know, I'm not everything, but I don't remember like small details like that. Like, is there something here? Okay. What time is it? I don't want to do like a 1 hour stream. That's kind of lame, but I kind of almost have to. Bad day. Well, you're not fireproof in this game, at least not yet. And so we have to go with the flow here. Teaching you about fire. You can only light purple Pikmin on fire right now, but it can be a little bit it's a little bit scary sometimes. It might be when you're in the sub-level. There you go, there's a Famicom disc. Pretty sure there was a... Is it a Famicom disc? There was definitely some Nintendo console that used floppies. I can't remember. I always get this part confused. This shit is very old. Like the whole point of them putting it in this game is like a nod to stuff that they used to do, like, before any of us were born, basically. Obviously not the floppy disk, but you know. That's also part of the reason why it was named Kopai in Pikmin 3. Don't worry, I'm sure there's tons of videos talking about that. The whole thing was like a massive homage to like what they used to do back in the day, which was like card trading or whatever. And they happened to get into video games and literally printed billions. Arcade. There's like a side-loading NES and a front-loading NES. I've never owned an NES. I only ever played on one, I think, once or twice in my life. So I don't really know the difference between the two. Alright. This dungeon is also always the same. I'm gonna have to kill the shit out of this guy. Yeah, these were weird attacks that like might not kill anything that I got done. Okay, got him. That's the hardest enemy in this whole dungeon, if you can believe it. Oh, I almost walked on that. I'm kind of used to having the power up for that. Yeah, basically the soundtrack for this game is doubled. They didn't make two separate... Oh yeah, it's these things. basically they secrete some kind of aroma that confuses Pikmin. So this guy's getting comboed right now. He's getting straight bodied. Great. We're gonna have a whole team of flowers. In fact, it's kind of a waste actually. I don't think there's anyone left who isn't a flower. Actually, wait. Yeah, there is a flower back here. I remember this. They give you a little bit more. So what I'll do is wait, which one are we doing right now? Is this Hole of Beasts? Oh yeah, we have to do White Flower Garden as well. That's a separate one. Okay, very nice. After this, I do need to respond to this as well. Remember when Mario 64 DS had like the weird like casino mode in it, where you could play like all the card games and stuff? That shit was fun, man. I miss when they did stuff like that. Just random bullshit off the top of the head, you know. All right, we're gonna actually it works out. We can get these guys to be flowers, which is gonna help a lot. If I can get them all at the same time to walk onto this. Got it. Okay. It's a lot easier in this game. There's also no cap on how many can step on something at once. It's very nice. It's one of those really nice things about Pikmin 2. Let me close the window, actually. I don't need it to be open anymore. What? Did I not close it? I gotta fix that later. I gotta get my some. I have duct tape. I'll fix it. Alright, so believe it or not, this boss is part of a trend of bosses in this game. You literally can beat them with like one Pikmin. Actually, can you even punch this boss awake? No, you actually can't. You actually don't need more than like a handful of Pikmin for this fight. Now, in this form, the Emperor's Bloodlust is really like a very simple and straightforward fight. There's not really anything for you to do. The second time that you face her is really doomsday. Like, that's the harder version. It's not the hardest fight in the game by far. There's way harder normal enemies than this. But basically, you can just stand here. She doesn't fight you. She doesn't really do anything. She just kind of sits there and takes it. Holy shit! She really threw the shit out of him. So you could be like right on her face like that. Alright, good. It's a very easy, very fast, very simple fight with not much to it. But what it gives you is the treasure radar, which is one of the most important things ever. Yeah, that's fine. What an absolutely repulsive life form. Yeah, it gets worse. There's like a ton of weird monsters in this game. There's like things that shoot like Gatling mortar rounds, mechanized spiders that with death cannon, with laser beams, and also a bunch of mortars that they could fire. Those are basically the two worst enemies in the game, by the way. Hands down. The man at legs and the Gatling Blanks are by far two of the hardest enemies in this game. In conjunction with other enemies, they become really annoying. Alright, we now have the treasure cage. Oh wait, I didn't make my bonus save. Fuck. Oh, shit. Alright, it's funny you get it, and then it immediately shuts down. But the reason why you have to come here is because you have to deflate a bag that I think is 250 Pikmin strong. So this is actually good because we'll be back at our landing site, and then we could go withdraw all those Pikmin that we left behind. Okay, we could save, which is nice. Oh god, I'm gonna sneeze my brains out. 20%. Yeah, okay, so any Pikmin in the other commander's command go back inside the, this guy. So we could save this for later. I guess I kind of wasted. I think anything not taken to the onion disappears, if I'm not mistaken. For some reason, these flowers desprouted, which is interesting. Yeah, okay, I should not have done that. So I should have taken that stuff back. That was a mistake on my part. We actually kind of lost good Pikmin that we could have made otherwise. So it's a learning experience. There's a lot more to learn and know in this game than there is in the previous game. Actually, if you do that double impact site, or double Valley of Repose thing, you can go right to White Flower Garden. I did not know that. Yeah, see, like, this is opening up new stuff that you can do that I didn't know about this game. Okay, well, anyway. It takes a long time to beat down the gate, so let's get started on it. Even if you use ultra bitters and shit, it takes a long time. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't count those other 5 against you because you can't control them. Let's do this. Oh shit, probably shouldn't have done that. I mean, it doesn't really matter in this game. So you can free Pikmin in this game that get assaulted. It's actually a pretty reliable thing, so. It's only in Pikmin 1 where you can't do it. It's a shame they didn't fix that. So yeah, some sub-levels are basically like suspended arenas, like this. It's basically what it looks like. If you throw a Pikmin off the map, it dies. Like just flat out. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now they will use this against you later. They'll have like enemies that you need to aim to throw that might like fly or something, and you're gonna have a rough time because they're gonna be basically edge camping. Like they're gonna be camping like outside, and you have to bait them back. Most of the hardest areas in the game are in Valley of Repose or in the Wistful Wild, pretty much. Shoe polish. Of course, half the comedy is that he comes up with random weird names to describe all the stuff you're finding. It's those highly valued appraisal skills. Again? Oh yeah, the blowhogs. But in this game, the blowhogs don't launch Pikmin like they used to in the first game. This is actually a very rare floor where you spawn literally right at the exit. I'm pretty sure this might only happen once in the entire game. Sometimes you can get lucky. There can be certain alignments of the map that just allow you to get out instantly if you just want to go down. So what we want to do is we want to get him to like face us over here. We want him at the edge. It's still pretty far, though. It's a little bit farther. It's not as wild, though, and unpredictable like the first game. Okay, if I don't do anything to him, I have to be careful with the fucking Wii commands. If I don't do anything to him, I'm pretty sure he'll survive, because he didn't slide off into oblivion. I don't want to whistle him because the game might say, yeah, he's gonna fall. So if I don't do anything to him, I think he comes with me? Yeah, the Wii controls are gonna be a little bit freaky to get used to. I'm spooked. I'm scared. That's horrifying. Oh, yikes. That's so easy to do as well, too. Okay, let's see if I can do this. I think so. I don't remember this game having very strict, like, recall rules. That's why I was taken by surprise earlier. Let me actually move this. I knocked this off. Dude, I dropped one of my Legos the other day. I had a hell of a time trying to find the fucking piece I was missing. I was really pissed at that. Alright, there's no enemies on this floor. What I will do is I will leave Louie behind. We can take some. Now, how do you sort? Is it one? No. There was a way to sort by, leaf. I guess you can't do it in this game. Yeah, I guess you can't. There was a way to sort by leaf, and I guess you can't do that in this game. Right? Maybe. There's not a lot of buttons on this controller. Okay, there you go. Shit. I want to try to... I'll try to get these 5. I can't do the thing. I have to force them out. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna have to use Leaf Pikmin no matter what. Oh shit, I fucked up. So flowers actually close a lot faster in this game, I think. There you go. What time is it? Okay. I'll probably go to like 11. I gotta figure out how to rush through the rest of this because, maybe you could run this dungeon twice and get more white Pikmin. That might also be a thing that you could do. So the reason why we use white Pikmin is they find stuff underground and they're immune to poison. I don't even know if poison returned as an ailment in Pikmin 3. Actually, I think, isn't that why white Pikmin are like kind of useless in Pikmin 3? Like they only find stuff underground or something in mission mode? I really didn't play much of mission mode in Pikmin 3. I said I was going to one day, and then I just never got back to it. Like, nothing against it at all. So they're gonna automatically start digging this up. This is like a big tutorial for you. Like, if there's still treasure and you can't see it, it's probably buried somewhere. But if the, with the treasure gauge, I mean, this is pretty straightforward. We could get some more, I guess. Definitely in for the purple Pikmin. This boss is a little bit more challenging than the last. I think we might have one floor and then it's the boss. then what I have to do is I have to have these 15 white Pikmin basically beat down a gate by themselves. So what you do is you have one commander farm spices, and you have the other commander just constantly re-spicy them. And you try to run around as fast as possible so you can kill the... there's a creeping chrysanthemum over there as well. Let's go get the nectar. Lucky for us, we actually have 2 nectars that we could use. Damn it. I kind of did that poorly. Yeah, it's fine. You can use purple Pikmin on the burrowing snagrid. It's a little hard. I usually prefer not to. I think that's what I'll do. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'll play it safe. Why not? Obviously here you have to use white Pikmin. They won't walk into that, right? I think they're... No, they totally will. Yeah, that's fine. That was good. That gave me a real heart attack right there. I was like, what? And this floor can have a couple different layouts. If you're... Still going up? Is there something over here? Sometimes there's a treasure here, so you could have a layout and the treasure could be in multiple places. So, yeah, sometimes I think the chapstick is actually up there. We finally had a Pikmin trip. That's kind of rare. There we go. Also, white Pikmin carry stuff faster than the other kinds of Pikmin. They're very agile like that. This is the most boring flavor of chapstick, though. This is just generic lip balm. Nothing special about it. I don't know if it's as popular as it used to be. Oh shit, I'm holding it. I think if you're holding a Pikmin and you access a cutscene, you drop the Pikmin. So that way you don't, like, lose it. I think they're pretty nice about that. Yeah, see? It canceled. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I think the mushroom can be up here. Yeah, it's all random. It's meant to increase replay value, which is kind of sweet when you consider that. Like, if the first game is such a static experience, the second game has a lot of replayability. That's kind of why I prefer Pikmin 2 over Pikmin 1. There's a lot of replayability that you can access in this game. I don't know, it's a little risky. How do I reset this is the real question. I don't know, I feel like it's just too risky and I'm not as good as I used to be. Alright, so basically the burrowing snagrid is the same as it was. You just wait for him to get stuck trying to emerge. Also, they play that, like, horn effect every time. I think it happens less in this version. Or, I'm sorry, in this game. We're really denying the music the climax at once. They also kind of nerfed them in this game, I think. Shit, maybe you can't. This doesn't work this way. that luck? He finally got stuck, and I was like, oh, maybe he doesn't do that. Maybe you have to actually fight him a little bit. Yeah, it's also a little harder to get Pikmin on the head as well. Would you believe this nonsense? You better drop those fuckers. You actually see them in the mouth, too. Dude is getting hammered, and he's over here eating. Get the fuck out of here, man. You are not about to be serious doing that shit. That might be the closest we get to immunity, actually. Now that I think about it. Yeah, so this ability is a little bit useless. You don't really get anything good from doing this dungeon. What you get is the knapsack. Basically, as the name implies... trying to switch, thank you. Basically, as the name implies, the knapsack will let you lay down like in the first game. It works basically the same in this game. It's not particularly helpful. You can see the shadow from the head. This material looks comfy. I'll use it to patch the boss's favorite sleeping bag. Press and hold C to take a nap. They'll bring you back to the thing. I guess that could be useful if you were like planning out like which way you want to go through a level. So it's not like totally useless. That's about as close as you're gonna get to auto commander move. You could have, what is it, 4 Pikmin carry you. But like, it's not gonna super make your life amazing. It's okay, like as a thing. I've never really used it, is what I should say. I just never have. It's never been something I've used in a playthrough of this game. Okay. Alright. Maybe you could get more white Pikmin by revisiting this cave. I don't know if I should. It's kind of like a waste. I mean, all you would do is just find the exit 4 times, right? And I think you could actually bail out, right? You keep your Pikmin when you bail out, so you don't have to actually finish. You just have to go down the first 2 floors over and over again. Alright. So we actually have a good amount of day left. Ignore those guys. Man, that water noise always kind of scares me for a minute. Because in my head, I'm trying to think, like, what's going on? Like, where are my Pikmin that they're, you know, dealing with that? And, yeah, it's never my Pikmin. Not yet, at least. In due time, it will be. Not really much else for Louie to do, honestly. And I guess you could leave red Pikmin over here. So the reason why you have to use white Pikmin to beat this gate down is, there's geysers underneath it, and you can't do anything to the geysers. So we could just use this. Now, later on in the game, these, like, weird, like, bug creatures show up, and they, like, start eating all the different, like, fruits off of these things. Basically, if you don't take care of it in, like, a day or so, oh, great. There you go. Pick it up. Pick them up. Thank you. Much appreciated. If you don't take care of it, they, like, form a cocoon or something, and, like, really the only thing the cocoon does is prevent you, from harvesting more of these things. There's no, like, big enemy that shows up or anything like that if you don't take care of it, but it's basically a way to punish you for not taking care of the ultra spices, basically. It really is just that straightforward. Since we only have one onion, we can actually get rid of some of these. Do they rejoin you? Yeah, that's fine. Like, yeah, purple Pikmin, I don't think they can't latch on. Like, they make them jump. That's actually hilarious. Yeah, purple Pikmin cannot latch on, so they hit, like they hit and they stun, but they don't stick to any enemies, I don't think. Or is that rock? Maybe they do stick. I think that's why they're broken in this game. Okay. They'll be done soon, so that's actually fine. Oh. They'll be done soon, done immediately. Yeah, look at that. Look at this evil motherfucker. I hate him. I hate them so much, man. These creeping chrysanthemums are horrifying enemies. What? I'm in the middle of something. Could you not? Are they still dealing damage? Is the boss stunned? Wow, that was actually kind of broken, not gonna lie. Sweet. Yeah, bridges I think also got nerfed in this game. They don't take nearly as long to finish. There you go. Pretty sure the... Reset that. What the fuck? Okay, there we go. Yeah, if you have Pikmin interact with an object that's in transport like that, the game will recalculate what the optimal route is to send it back to base. So this is actually like really, really good play. Like the fact that we have 0 deaths, which is also pretty good, but the fact that we're already on to day 2 like this is pretty sweet. Or I'm sorry, day 3, and we're gonna finish this area is actually pretty nice. There is one other treasure that you could get over here. It doesn't take very long to dig up. So we need 1 white Pikmin though. Let's see, can I like snipe a couple white Pikmin off of this? That'd be like semi. There we go. That's fine. Okay. The day doesn't auto end, I don't think, when you collect this. Oh great, it's that thing. I can't aim it. So what'll happen is, they'll hit this, the white Pikmin will find it, and then gradually as it gets uncovered, the normal Pikmin will see it and help. So, by the way, we're already 30% done with this. Don't worry, it gets worse. It gets a lot worse than this. Basically, these 3 areas are the start of the game. Like, it's a little bit different than Pikmin 1. These 3 areas are where you're going to spend, I want to say, like 70% of your time, basically. Fine, I don't think I even need to do anything, honestly. Just gather some free enemies. I wonder if I could maybe run back and see if I could go back into White Flower Garden real quick. Because there's no penalty for going into it. Like, there's no time limit where you can't go into a dungeon at the end of the day. So maybe I'll try that and we'll just jump down 2 floors and see real fast if we could get more white Pikmin, because that helps. It's really purple Pikmin that you want a lot of, because they basically let you cheese the shit out of the game. I suppose we could do it while we have a little bit of free time. Actually, we could do some ultra spices. I think that's better. So I think when you have fewer than 20 Pikmin, they usually line up in a straight line. Okay, here we go. They're gonna tell us about nighttime, because we've never been out this long. Actually, we could probably still do it. Maybe. I think that's the same crow sound from Ocarina. When you're in, like, what is it, like Kakariko Field or something. Do you think we can make it in time? Yeah, it's not worth it. I'd rather not. It's too much work. Okay, so it says free 5. That's intentional. That those free 5 are the 5 swimming in the background. So that's actually fine. They don't die when the day is over. They survive until the next day, until you eventually come get them, because you have to come get them. Alright, sweet. Huh. The perplexing pool is kind of where things get a little bit crazy. You actually have to, I think to do Citadel of Spiders, you have to get yellow Pikmin. It's like your biggest goal is to get yellow Pikmin. This would be actually like a really good save file to copy. Technically, maybe you could get a better day 2 if you were to farm out purple Pikmin. I don't know what amount of purple Pikmin you can get, but you could probably do that pretty readily. Okay. And after this is kind of where all my playthroughs diverge, because you kind of do stuff differently every day. But, should I stop here? Maybe, because I'm not going to play this for a week. Yeah, I think I'll call it for today, because I kind of have to do some stuff, and I feel bad, like, streaming and having to, like, constantly message people about stuff. So I will play this probably next Wednesday. I don't think I'll play this again on Friday. I actually like this game a lot, by the way, so I don't mind playing it, like, especially since this version is actually, like, a pretty good version of it. I actually really enjoy that. The Pikmin on the Wii is pretty okay, I'll say that. Like, the throwing definitely helps. It really is kind of a stronger way to utilize Wii controls. But I will play... Does it come back? Okay, it is. But I will play this again on next Wednesday. We could do shorter sessions of this. It's kind of nice to actually play it again after all these years, to be honest with you. Because I haven't... Lord knows I haven't played it in so fucking long that I kind of have forgotten stuff about it. So towards the end of the game is where you kind of get to the rage portion. But I actually recorded a lot today, so I might just rest my voice for a little bit and not burn out either. So in any event, that's fun. That's why I like Wednesdays, because Wednesdays is basically throwback days. So I enjoy playing on Wednesdays. I'm still thinking about how I want to handle the Pokemon days. I feel like 5 streams of Pokemon a week is a little much the more I think about it. So I think having 2 for Sword and then 1 and 1 for Arceus and Brilliant Diamond for right now is probably the way to go. And then we just leave Friday as an auxiliary day. So maybe on Friday I might play this again. There's like a 33% chance. I might play this on Friday, I might play Pokemon on Friday, Brilliant Diamond on Friday, or I might just not stream at all on Friday. I'm leaning more towards this because I kind of want to play more of this. But in any event, that was fun. I enjoyed it. I know it's a shorter stream, but today's a little bit hectic, so I'm just going to go relax and chill. So in any event, thank you all for stopping by. Ash, the usual, really appreciate it. I always enjoy replaying games from my childhood. That's probably the #1 thing I'd want to do on streams to begin with. So peace out, everyone. Have a good night. And do I want to play Looney Tunes? No, I'll play Will Smith.
Keep fucking my wife's mouth!
I'm going to, okay?